Everyone's complexion changed suddenly, and this kid dared to speak such a wild world. He doesn't want to live anymore? In the quiet courtyard, there was a dead silence. Warnya also stood up in shock. As soon as she said this, it couldn't be done right. Jingai was even more angry, and walked in front of Charlie step by step, and said, "I have seen many people in my life, but they are not like you, deliberately begging to die." Charlie smiled and said, "Who will live and die is not necessarily obvious." Jingai had a murderous intent, and when his eyes were cold, he wanted to do it. At this moment, a group of people suddenly broke into the door, aggressively. The leader was Steven. He saw Charlie and immediately shouted, "Charlie, your magic stick. Pretend to be a devil to deceive my uncle. You lied to my family, stole money and used it at the auction to replenish your balance. It was at the expense of Master Jingai to see through your trick. You should surrender your property now, otherwise my Qin family cannot spare you." As soon as the voice fell, Qin Gang and Aoshui walked in from the door. After hearing Steven's scolding, it was too late to stop, and there was an embarrassment. Charlie glanced at him lightly, but said nothing. However, his glance made Qin Gang feel cold all over his body, and he was full of fear. He yelled at Steven and quickly explained to Charlie with a dry smile, "Mr. Wade, this is what happened." Qin Gang didn't dare to conceal it, and explained what happened. After Charlie finished listening, he just frowned slightly, and said coldly, "It's more than 1 billion. If you regret it, the money can be refunded to you at any time." "Oh, Mr. Wade, don't say that. How dare I ask Mr. Wade for a refund? I came here today." It was Qin who admired the prestige of Master Yes for a long time and wanted to see it. Qin Gang couldn't figure out whether Charlie was capable or fudged, but he was also considered a smart person, so he wasn't going to turn his face with Charlie right away. Although he was complimenting him, he hesitated in his heart. He felt that Charlie couldn't test the depth of this person by himself, so he might as well let Jingai try. If Charlie showed his feet in front of Jingai, then he would naturally not be polite to him, and how much money he spent, even the profit would have to be vomited from his mouth. So he sneered at Charlie himself and the others, "Then I won't disturb Master Yes. I'll talk about this later. You guys should be busy with the important things at hand and leave me alone." Steven wanted to speak angrily, but Qin Gang glared fiercely, and he not dared to speak anymore. When Jingai saw this, he smiled at Qin Gang and said, "You just came here. I know your Qin family has been upset recently. Charlie also did the practice in your Qin family. I will try it with him today, by the way. Solve the problems for your Qin family. Charlie, if you dare to compete with me, not only will you undoubtedly die today, but afterwards, I will do everything to destroy you." Charlie frowned, and said with a sneer, "Since you want to die, it is your wish." Seeing Charlie's determination, Jingai sneered and said to Solman, "It seems that some people are really tired and crooked. No matter what, go and prepare me 3 pillars of sandalwood, a purple gold incense burner, and a peach wood sword. With one hand, I will fulfill him." Solman didn't dare to neglect, and he was ready soon. After a while, sandalwood was inserted into the incense burner, and clear smoke curled up. Mr. Jingai raised the peach wood sword, chanting words. Standing next to him, Qin Gang felt dizzy, as if there were several shots in his head and his temples jumped. He endured it for a while, really couldn't stand it, and pleaded, "Mr. Jingai, how long is this feng shui going to continue? Your family's aura is very heavy. This is a vision, and the feng shui bureau also needs time. Please bear with it for the time being." Seeing Master Wade speak, Qin Gang can only bite the bullet and endure it. But the more patient he was, the more uncomfortable he felt all over. Not only was he nauseous, but he also felt severe pain in his head. But fortunately, a thing on his chest exuded vigorous warmth in an instant, protecting the heart, so that Qin Gang did not collapse on the spot. Qin Gang was shocked. Isn't this the charm given by Charlie? Not knowing what he was thinking, Jingai took a sip of water and sprayed it on the mahogany sword with a poof, swiping the sword to cut off the rising smoke. Just as the wooden sword swept across the smoke, Qin Gang suddenly felt as if his head had been hit hard, his throat was sweet, and a mouthful of blood spurted out. "Uncle!" Stephen was shocked and rushed forward, holding him back. But Chin Gang's face was ashen, and he didn't even have the strength to speak. "Mr. Jingai, how could my uncle be like this?" Stephen asked anxiously. Jinghai's expression remained unchanged, and said, "The Chin family's aura is too heavy. I broke it with a fierce feng shui situation, and the patriarch was naturally the first to bear the brunt." Chin Gang hurriedly dragged the sick body, struggling to Thank you, Mr. Jingai, for setting up the bureau, I am grateful." After his blood spurted out, he did feel a lot more comfortable in his body. Not only that, but Stephen also felt the changes in his body, and he quickly thanked Jingai. Fungi Bao frowned and said, "Jingai is really capable. The Chin family's evil spirits are so heavy, he can alleviate it, and he really has 2 brushes. All of you present here are feng shui masters, and I don't need to explain that you know that Jingai broke the Chin family's evil spirits," and the eyes that looked at him also admired. "Uncle, let's go sit there." Stephen helped Chin Gang to walk aside, then turned to look at Charlie, and provocatively said, "How about it? Quickly return our Chin family's money,